Hey, good morning everyone. How is everyone on this beautiful Wednesday? The sun is shining and it is extremely warm here in St. Louis, Missouri. I don't know, my other phone just automatically went on. That thing scares me. It has a mind of its own sometimes. I am Kitryn Marie, and I'm an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life, and a business coach, and I reside here in St. Louis, Missouri. Hang on one second here. Crazy phone. Has a mind of its own. Hang on a minute. Turn that off. Okay, anyway, I am Kitryn Marie. I'm an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life, and a business coach, and I reside here in St. Louis, Missouri. I teach creative-minded women how they can take their gifts, their talents, their ideas, how they can take it to market, how they can mainstream their ideas to be able to make money either online or in person. Maybe you have a jewelry business, maybe you want to do event coordinating, maybe you want to make mugs, maybe you want to do t-shirts like I do, I do a variety of things. Maybe you have an MLM that you sell and you want to up your game. Maybe you want to learn how to do videos, how to go live, how to set up your market at a craft fair. I teach women how to do that. I sit down with them either online for an hour or through an email coaching or in person, which I prefer if you're in the St. Louis, Missouri area, and we talk about those ideas, and I strategically ask you certain questions, and then we chronologically put them in order, seeing what you were able to work with what you have available to you. A lot of people will say, I just don't have the money to start a business. You know, I have these ideas and, you know, it takes money to make money and I'm not in a position to do that. And, you know, my husband, he makes pretty much still all the decisions. And in my mind at that sentence, my head is going, oh, sister, wake up, wake up. You know, love your husband, your spouse, your significant other, all that you want. But you are entitled to your dreams. You are entitled to take your ideas to market, to make money, to contribute, not only for yourself, but to your family, and you are setting wonderful, wonderful goals for your children because they see mama's working hard to make some money so she can take us out to do the fun things and buy us neat tennis shoes and neat clothes and go to shows and whatever it is that kids do these days. I've got an 18-year-old at home and he pretty much does his own thing. So, you know, I teach women how to step out on that limb. We talk about the naysayers and those bad tapes that are in your mind, and I help you tweak those thoughts. I am not a doctor. I am not a psychologist. I am not a psychiatrist. There is no MD, no big degree behind my name. I am a almost 58-year-old woman in 2 weeks that had ideas, who had dreams, have goals, still have great ambitions. I was told for a lot of years, just go be like everybody else. Go get a 9-to-5 job. Why do you have to think that you're so much better than everybody else? You know, you're not any better than anybody else. Your idea is just a hobby. You're not making any money at it. All kinds of god-awful things. You know, girls that are too into yourself, you know, they only want to do pictures and put those selfies out there. Honey, let me tell you, if you have a business and you are trying to brand and market yourself, you take all the selfies you need for who you are and what your product is and what your message is to whomever that you want to inspire. There is no reason in the world why you should not be out online talking about your story, talking about your product, talking about your service, branding who you are, because people look at you. They associate how you look, how you speak, They associate the name of you, the name of your company, and then they correlate it all together. When people hear my name, Kitryn Marie, they automatically know I'm an artist. You know, I have a blog. I have a website. I am on all the social media. If you Google Kitryn Marie, I believe I'm the first 4 pages on Google. Not that I'm looking for anybody to pat me on the back, but it has come a long way to get those 4 pages with my name on it. You know, I'm fortunate and I am blessed that my name is unique in its own way, but I have made my brand work for me, because the Kitryn Marie line brand is the parent company. Now, I'm not talking about you being the parent company of Johnny, Susie, Sally, but the parent company of what you are trying to build. Kitryn Marie being the parent company, the umbrella effect is I have KM Designs graphic tees. That is one of my lines. I teach creative-minded women how to build a business online, how to do it in person. I have a beauty and health line I represent. That falls under the Kitryn Marie brand. I have a line of totes that I promote. You know, my blog, Pretty in Pink, Perfect in Paisley. You know, my name, you find it here, my name goes on all of my merchandise so people know when they buy who they have, what line that is, you know. I have a food company that I work with. When I do my cooking demonstrations, it is called In the Kitchen, Kit in parentheses with chin, kitchen, and people see that and they go, oh, that's that girl who does those cooking demos. You know, I teach women how to take the money that they have and how to stretch. I brand my own style, the things that I like, because when people come to like you and understand who you are and what you're all about, they want to emulate your style. You know, the resale market is booming. Clothing industry is the #1 discarded material product that end up in our landfill. That was why I decided to repurpose t-shirts, gently used. I am partial to the tie-dye, as you can see, and when I am reselling any of my merchandise, you know, I match it to my style. My style matches my bracelets. When people see what you are wearing, they want to know, where did you get that? And I teach women, I take them shopping. I take them and show them how they can have whatever they want on the small budget. There is no reason in this life, in this world, why you cannot be promoting who you are with your business, with your style, with your sense of lifestyle. You know, it's important to be healthy, and it's important to talk about these things, the products that you personally use, and then you hashtag the product. You know, because I sell for Avon, because I promote, and I am a brand rep and an independent salesperson for them. You know, I talk about these products. This one here is Advanced Techniques. It's a leave-in conditioner. It's made with argan oil, and you put it in the end of your hair. Any of us girls who color their hair, no shame to that game. In fact, I need to go in and put a few more blonde highlights in it. I touched up the roots. The gray was coming in. But the oil, you just put it on the end of your hair, and it rejuvenates the hair. Now, when I'm done, I will go put this in, and I will hashtag it. I've been using the Italian squalane oil, you know, and I'll take my glasses off, and I'm getting ready to go outside to do some yard work, because it is one full day that I am off, and I'm going to go lay in my pool and get some good vitamin D from the sun. But the squalane oil, it is perfect for under your eyes, for those small lines in your forehead, around your mouth. Any of you who have smoked, who have stopped, you know those smoker line. The squalane oil is fabulous. You can even put some of that in your hair. You know, it's the products that you use that people want to know what you're using to keep you so healthy and so vibrant and full of life. You know, 58 is around the corner. Is it a milestone? I think it is. Everybody in my family has passed away very, very young. My mom was 31. My dad was 59. A few of my aunts were in their 50s. My grandma was in her early 80s. And my grandpa was 65. And, you know, my pact with God is I want to live to be 116. I want to be able to live long enough to see great, great, great grandchildren. I want to see my youngest become this great successful person. I want them, all of my kids, to see that their mother has stepped out of that box and stepped out of those naysayers and went out on that limb to become something bigger and better and more than all the ones that said, you can't do that. Why would you do that? You know, again, the years that I was with somebody, you know, 9 to 5 isn't for everyone. Being a woman who gives, being a woman who, being Italian, and I'll use myself as an example. I give everything that I have. Maybe not a lot of material things that I have because I live a pretty minimalist lifestyle, but I don't do without. I make do with all the things that I have, and I use a lot of ingenuity. But in the 8 years that I was with somebody, it was an abusive relationship. It was emotionally taunting, haunting, daunting. He was a cheat. And it does something to a woman's mind. You know, I stopped to think what was so wrong with who I was and what I was doing. And because I did not fit into his profile of providing for him or providing for his children, who I loved dearly. But a woman gets tired of being disrespected by children who do not understand what it's like to have real parents, real grown-ups who take the time to be a hands-on kind of parent. And me not falling into his guideline of what he was looking for in his life, you know, an alcoholic, abusive, narcissist, drugs was a part of in the picture. And I was the one that got the brunt of that 8-year lifestyle. The substandard women that he would cheat with. And I started to question everything about who I was and why I was doing the things that I was doing and what was so wrong with wanting my own business, wanting to be able to use the college years that I had studied, you know, the psychology, the journalism, the communications. I wanted to be a writer. And I was not able to utilize all those things because I was so focused on what it was going to take to get him to pay attention to what the real big picture was. And it was only when that last straw, the camel, you know, that broke the camel's back, he had moved in one more woman in his house behind my back because we had 2 separate houses. He was always hiding behind his kids, always using them as an excuse, making me feel bad because I was not willing to relinquish all the things that I had already built up. You know, when you get involved in a relationship, no woman wants to slide into a role where another woman has held that position. I worked really hard for this house, you know, bought this house on my own, and I was building. I was trying to put something together in the event that when he was ready to sell his house and I was ready to sell mine, we were going to be doing these things together. It wasn't me to give up what I had to go do what he wanted to do. That was not ever in my equation, and it caused a great, great deal of problems. And because he could not see his own worth in who he was, he gravitated to these lesser individuals so he could have an ego boost. And at that point, I was sick. I had gotten terribly, terribly sick, was diagnosed with an illness, and had hit bottom, not only emotionally, mentally, but physically was terribly, terribly sick, and for 2 years ran back and forth, to the hospital, watching my blood count, deplete, watching my weight go down, and I was like, you know what? I have these gifts. I have these talents. I want a business of my own. I want to build something to inspire other women. I want to not only prove, because a woman feels like at some point they need to prove something to somebody who constantly says, you can't do that. Why can't you be normal? Well, why do you have to be like everybody else? If your significant other has a business of his own, you should be entitled to have a business of your own. Money works when you decide how that money is going to work. And because I've always lived such a frugal lifestyle, I knew I could build something from the ground up. I knew I was able to take what gifts and talents that I had and to branch out, brand my name, brand who I am. And my line of t-shirts, you talk about why you do what you do. You talk about the passion that lives within your heart and your soul and your mind. And I'm drawn to tie-dye. That is part of my style. I am a 60s baby. It's 1961. And although, I don't know anything about the Woodstock years or the Who or I don't know, I'm not a 60s rock band kind of girl, but as I've gotten older, I like the freestyle. I like the bohemian look. I like having my own signature of words and quotes that I have created, and I am drawn to this tie-dye boho kind of look. When I'm teaching my jewelry classes, this is my line. The t-shirts are my line. It's important because I have a cause and I have a goal. And when you have a business and you're talking about your life, you want people to see where you came from, where you are now, and where you are headed, because they want to be able to see your words that are matching the actions and the effort that you were putting in to building this business that you were trying to have. I live in St. Louis in the county, in the suburb of Afton. Just a small little community, very unincorporated area that I love. I've been here for 15 years. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to embark and go into my next venture. My close circle of friends, and as I will tell all my new followers, I want a horse ranch. I want to be able to have a horse rescue and surrender. Horses are discarded more than cats and dogs, and the way that they are put down is the most inhumane way possible for any animal that is just majestic, and that's what horses are to me. Horses are just absolutely majestic. I will probably be able to sell my house and have enough to put down on something else to have another home. I am not looking to get rich off of one client. I am not looking to make $1 million personally for me, because I do live this minimalist kind of lifestyle. But my goal is my line of t-shirts or my line of totes or my line of coffee mugs, all of the proceeds that I am selling from my personal line will be going to my horse rescue and surrender. It's important that you tell people what your cause is and what that end goal is. Everybody likes a Cinderella story. Everybody likes anybody who really is understanding who you are and why you're trying to achieve these things. They will be on your bandwagon. They will be the people who are the ones that cheer you on, saying, I want to help you. What can I do to help you get to this goal, to get to this dream? So, I'm not afraid to tell you I want, anywhere from 10 to 20 acres of land. I want a barn with at least 10 to 12 stalls. I want a home. Doesn't need to be fancy. Nice 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Because my grandkids love to come over and hang out with me, and the oldest, Anthony, always says, "Grandma, do you have a room for me yet?" Because I know he'll be the kid that says, "Can I move in with you?" And I'm not going to tell him no. But you know, I want this dream. I want this goal. These are the things that I am working towards, so I have something to leave to my children. You know, Jason is 34, Rachel is 31. Tyler is 18. Tyler is heading in a wonderful direction. Both Jason and Rachel are so successful. It's absolutely crazy. But I still need for them to see that their mother has this great dream with these great ambitions. And at some point, as any of us parents, we hope that our kids look at us and just go, "Oh my God, look what she did. Look what he did. Look what they acquired. Look what they have done with their hard work and efforts," because nobody is going to hand you anything in this life. You have to work for it. You know, if you want to make a life out of being on government assistance, if you want to make a life out of taking handouts from people, if you want to make a life out of sucking the life and finances out of somebody else because you cannot fight your way out of what paper bag, I seriously question your morality. I question your values. I question, how were you raised, and why would you even think that that is okay? In 2008, when the world turned upside down and I lost my big job, event coordinator, operations manager for a pretty prominent banquet hall, I had to go on some assistance. I needed to eat. I was providing food for not only me and my child, but him and his. And it was demeaning, because that was not how I was raised. But as soon as I was able to make a little money and do these things on my own, it's the pride that you have in who you are and what you're trying to provide and the services and the products. And these are things that I teach in my coaching groups for all these women who think just because this is all there is, that is not all what's left. You have choices, you have options. You can build from zero. If you start at zero and do nothing, you will always have zero. But if you start at zero and you just gradually build little at a time using the ingenuity and your intelligence and your heart, and you see where your true passion lies, that's when you become a very successful human being. So if there is anything that I can do for any of you, I would love for you to join in. Right now, hit this like button. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, because then I will be able to go live on YouTube, and that is a goal that I am hoping to reach within the next 2 weeks. So share this message with anybody who needs to hear it. Like, subscribe, share. Always, please leave a comment. I read them. I greatly appreciate all the new followers. You know, it's important to use all of social media to your best advantage when you are branding who you are, when you are trying to give your message, send out your message, show people what you are all about, show them your intelligence, show them your ingenuity, show them your passion and your love and your desire. You know, let people be inspired by who you are and what you have to offer to them. If you are interested in any of my line of t-shirts, this afternoon I do have some new designs that will be going up on my website. Go over to kmgraphicapparelandart.weebly.com and look at the t-shirts, the totes, the coffee mugs that you will be able to purchase, that the proceeds will be going towards my horse rescue and surrender. I do want to call the facility Spaghetti Farms. The t-shirts I am offering at $25 a t-shirt. I am partial to the tie-dyes. Inquire about sizes, inquire about colors. It is a all sales final, no returns. You can pay through paypal.me/Kitryn Marie. If you'd like to learn more about my coaching groups, for 2 hours, $65 if you're in the St. Louis, Missouri area. If you want to do an online coaching for an hour via Duo or Facebook chat, it is $35. And if you want an email answered right now till the end of June, you can send me 2 business coaching questions at kitrynmarie@gmail.com for $15, 2 questions. It's a bargain. The price will go up to $10 per question come July. If you're interested in any of my art classes, I am gearing up to teach another jewelry class where I will teach you how to make bracelets and earrings. I teach painting classes. I have it set up where if you have an in-home painting party for your friends, have 7 of your friends, your guests, at $45, and you get yours free, being the 8th. I bring all the supplies, and you get to pick your theme. So again, I am Kitryn Marie. I'm an artist, a writer, a speaker, a life and a business coach. I reside in St. Louis, Missouri. I hope to hear from you all very, very soon. Please go over to my websites. I will leave all the links below. If you are looking for a brand rep, a one-time opportunity for your merchandise, your product, your service, offering all of your links for $50, I talk about you on my lives. I mention you on all my social media. I put you in my blog, and you can become a star through me as I am talking about your fabulous product, reviewing and giving testimony. You can send that information to me at kitrynmarie@gmail.com. Again, you can pay through paypal.me/kitrynmarie. I will leave all the links. So for today and tomorrow and forever and the rest of your life, be happy, be blessed, be thankful for all the wonderful things and all the wonderful opportunities that flow through your life. It's not about the dollar sign. You don't need to be getting rich off of one customer or client. You want to build your community, and you want people to stay with you, and you want people to become a part of the whole total package in the big picture that you're trying to put together. So you take care, and I will see you all real soon. Bye-bye.